Hey everybody, thanks for clicking on this video. My name is David Pendleton, and today I'm going to give you a pretty solid path on this Redwood Cup tournament. So, this is going to be the Pro Edition. This is a brand new course, and, from my qualifying rounds, I'm really seeing people struggle on some of these par fives. So, as I usually do, I'm going to show you the best, safest route to making sure, you don't miss any par fives, so we got to get the eagles at least on the par fives. The par fours, we got to get the birdies, and the par threes, the birdies, whatever. But I'm going to show you how to get some hole-in-ones. I'm going to show you how to get some extra eagles, and on the par fives, I'm going to show you how you can gamble if you want to, but I'm also going to show you how to pick up the easy eagles, because I'm seeing a lot of people birdie these during the qualifying rounds because they're taking the wrong approach. So bear with me. This will be a really good video. Two things real quick. If you like this, if you find it helpful, then please hit the subscribe button. That really helps me out. And then secondly, these things take a lot of time to do. I'm not the best with technology. So if you'd like to support my channel, you can do so. That would be much appreciated. You can find out how to donate to my channel in the comments section. So there will actually be a link to my PayPal. Every dollar helps. So let's go ahead and hop right into this thing. I had a really good qualifying round. I had some good notes, from my other accounts. So I decided to put all my notes to the test on this account. And, we ended up with a minus 15. And you're going to see a lot of shots, from these rounds. And we even left a couple drops out there, especially on hole number 2 and hole number 7, which I left right at the pin. So, it was super close to a minus 17. But let's go ahead and walk right into this, and we're going to go into hole number 1. So, hole number 1 on Pro is going to be a par 4. Now, in my opinion, if you want to gold this tournament, you're going to have to get this eagle every time. And a lot of people ask me, how do I have such consistent play in tournaments? Because, if you take a look at my past 10 pro tournaments, 2 golds, 2 bronze, and everything else is top 10. So no, it's not like I go out there and win every tournament, but I'm always in the mix. And it comes down to note taking. So I'm going to spend a lot of time, well, not a lot of time, but I'm going to spend a little bit of time on hole number 1 and hole number 2 and walk everybody through how I take notes, okay? Now, the notes I take are only going to be good for my clubs. So if you see me using an extra mile 8 and you got an extra mile 9 or an extra mile 6, I'm going to teach you my landing zones and show you what I'm looking for. But it's kind of up to you to take your own notes. That way you can really dial in every shot from there on out. And I'm going to talk about dialing in here in just a minute. But if you're using the extra mile 8 like I am, well, hell, you can just copy my shot and we can play along the exact same way. So anyways, hole number 1. On the drive, we're playing this one at 20% elevation, okay? And here's where we're going to be setting up at. We're going to be using full top and 2 bars of left spin. And then we're going to be putting our orange ring right here on the rough line. So I'll stop. So if you're taking notes, again, you're going to do it based off your own clubs. But for me, this is where I'm going to hit my drive every freaking time. Because if I hit perfect every time with full top spin, 2 bars of left spin, and I put my orange ring right there at the rough line, then I'm going to be right around the same yardage mark on my drive every time with a perfect shot. So that means my second shot to pin, the one that really counts, because we need to get the eagle. We don't want to be like everybody else and pick up the birdie. We want to get the advantage to be in the top 10 mix. So if I do this every single time, then every single time my second shot to pin is going to be pretty similar. The only thing that's going to change is the wind mile per hour. But that's not going to be too much of a difference on this hole, and I'll show you why on shot number 2. So anyways, full top, 2 left, 20%. And then you just take a normal shot, no overpower. And I'm using a little bit of left curl. Now, to keep my shot consistent, my left curl is going to go until the edge of the ball touches the edge of the target. That's it. That will allow me to be consistent every single time with this drive. All right, so there we go. So now we're right down the fairway. We're at 355 yards. So now what I do on shot number 2 is I write down 355 yards. And then from here, I'm going to test what range am I at in my club. So I'm not at max distance and I'm not at minimum distance, so I'm going to play this one mid-distance. And you see here, I'm using a couple bars of topspin until my ball guideline is through the pin. Okay, so see the setup? Look at my yellow ring. My yellow ring is on the top of the rough line. I'm going to do that every single time because I want my shot to be consistent. And because I've had trial and error, you know, already on this hole a couple times, I figured out, okay, if I pull my adjustment backwards, like if I don't have the yellow ring on the top of the rough, if I put it maybe in the middle of the rough, well, my ball dies, so I have to use more topspin. I don't really like using too much topspin on any shot. So what I did to correct the shot was I just moved my target up. So I said, okay, instead of putting my orange ring on the rough line, I'm going to put my yellow ring on the rough line, and then I'm going to use just only 2 bars of topspin, and I'm going to play this 15% elevation at mid-distance of my club. No slider, you know, none of that stuff. Just mid-distance of my club, and now let me see what happens. Now we're in the hole for an eagle, so that's awesome. Okay, great. So now here it is again. Now this is on the same account, but this was, you know, during yesterday's qualifying round. You know, I hit the shot again, so I'm just showing you the consistency of putting my yellow ring up there at the rough line. This one is a little bit more topspin, but only because I hit a great right drive. And I write that down. I say, okay, great right. I had to use 2.5 topspin. I still played 15%. I still played mid-distance of my club. You know, you don't have to see all this. We just fast forward. And there it begins. It's in there for another eagle. Okay, so 2 thorn 8s. So today, here's another shot on one of my other accounts. This one only has a thorn 7. And I hit the drive the exact same. It was a perfect shot. So I know yellow ring at the top. You see the wind is different. Play at 15%. You know, the other wind was 5.4, 5.5. This is 5.9. And this shot has fallen every single time with perfect shots. So that's how you're going to get the advantage on hole number 1. All right, so hole number 1, I don't think a lot of people will eagle it. I think you'll see some eagles because it's a good chance for an eagle. But I don't think you're going to see a lot of people hit it. So, you know, you need to get this one down. That way you can compete in the tournament. Now, this is hole number 2. This is the second hole that I'm going to spend some time on going over a strategy with you guys. All right, so write this down for hole number 2. You're going to play hole number 2 this way every single time. You're going to use the same spin adjustment no matter what the wind is. You're going to use a navigator. And with the navigator, you're going to put 2.75 of topspin. And you're going to play 1 full bar of right spin. Now, you just heard my car turn on because I'm making this video as my daughter's inside at her volleyball practice. They won't let parents inside due to COVID. So, you know, I'm using my time wisely, I guess. So, all right. So, hole number 2. So, like I said, 2.7 top, full right spin every single time. And you're going to use a navigator. Very important. 20% elevation. And we're going to be playing this one at mid-distance of our club. I want you to notice I'm going to pull my target here until I have the second bounce. So the first bounce is the target area, right, the landing spot. The second bounce is on the same fairway, and then the third bounce is on the green. That's going to be very important. And then I'll talk more in detail of how you're going to get a super advantage on a hole-in-one on this hole. Because most people will not get a hole-in-one on this hole. This is going to be an automatic birdie for pretty much everybody. But we can get a massive advantage on the field. If we get this one to drop, I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay, so we're super close. Now I'm going to teach you how to take some serious notes if you really want to win tournaments. So, you know, if you just want to follow this guide and do really good, you can do that. But if you want to win a freaking tournament, here's how I do it. Okay, so here is a screenshot of what I was talking about in the bounces. It's really important. 2.75 top, 1 right. Second bounce on the fairway, third bounce on the green. All right? So that's where you need to be every single time. The spin will always be that, no matter what the wind is. I've seen 5.4 wind, and I've been hit with 7.7 mile per hour wind on this hole during my many attempts. And this spin is perfect. The only thing that's going to change is where you line up that third bounce on the green. So follow along with me here real quick. Look at the pin. Look at the hole. The hole is on the, the vertical light green line. So, the green has dark green, light green, dark green, light green. Anyways, the hole is on the light green row. To the left of that row is dark green. To the right of the cup is dark green. So I'm going to show you that here. So I kind of used a pin, and this is what I actually do in almost every tournament, if you're wondering, because here's the thing. If you're going to follow a guide like Golf Clash, Tommy, or Fenzel, first of all, major credit those guys. Those guys are freaking monsters, okay? So I can't take anything away from them. Those guys are giants. They're awesome at tournaments. But the guides they put out are cookie cutter. You can't just say 2.7 top, 1 right spin, aim here every time on a par 3, pull 10%, and, you're going to get a hole-in-one. If it was that easy, everybody would do it. There are times that does work. Yes, if you have a funnel. Funnels will help you, okay? This hole does not have a funnel, and there's a very large area from your landing zone to the green. So you are going to have to move your target based off your wind, all right? So this is an illustration I'm going to use, and I know now because I've practiced this hole so many times in qualifying, I've got it down pat. So if I have the same 5.5 more per hour wind, this is a screenshot of the shot you guys just saw me take. So 5.4 miles per hour, you'll see that and I know it always sucks when I zoom in like this, so I'll give it a second to catch back up. You'll see my third bounce is just on the dark green area to the right of where it turns light green. So, and we missed barely to the left. So all I have to do now, if I ever get 5.4 mile per hour wind, is just move my target like slightly to the right. If I get more wind, like a 7.7, I put a dot on where I need to aim at, 6.1. Like, these are the different winds that I got hit with, and I missed the shots, but I missed it barely, so now I know where to move my target at. Anyways, I hope that wasn't too confusing, but that's what I do on the shots. So, that's it. And the rest of this video will be a lot quicker, I promise. But that's what I do, and it really freaking helps to get dialed in. Okay, hole number 3. All right, so, what we got to know about hole number 3 is there's your spin adjustment. So that's going to be really important to know. We're going to take an extra mile, and we're going to take a big dog. That's what I need you to do, and I need you to play the hole just like this, because people are getting a little silly with this hole, and I'll go over that. Here's your best way to get the eagle, for sure. 1 bar of backspin, 1 bar of right spin. Line up right here. Ball guideline on the fairway. As a matter of fact, you can even move over to the left a little bit, just in case you hit a great right. Okay, so that's your drive. But like I said, moving forward, I'm going to rewind this a little bit. So moving forward, you see right there is my ball guideline. I'm going to move this over a little bit to the left. I was a little nervous to do so because of trees and things like that, but it's going to be completely fine. But that's going to be your drive. I promise you, do it that way and you're golden for your next shot. Now, this is one of my first attempts at shot number 2, and I want to show you how I correct shots. So you're going to notice here I use 5 bars of topspin. And I'm sorry, I use 20% elevation on the drive. No elevation on this shot. So anyways, you see, you know, I use 5 bars of topspin, yada, yada, yada. Let's fast forward, no overpower. Okay, I roll through the rough just fine. No big deal. That's a super easy wedge shot, you know, for your eagle. But let me show you how I corrected the shot today. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you see 6 bars of topspin today. I put 6 bars of topspin on there. And then I decided, well, let's see what the hell happens if I put 1 bar left. So look at that. 6 bars of top, 1 left. Fast forward. No elevation, no overpower. Just a normal shot. Okay, so 6 bars, guys. 6 bars with the big dog. That's the way to go. That's a very, very easy eagle, and we can probably get this close to an albatross with a big dog. All right, we're going to hop into hole number 4. And in my opinion, this is the hardest par 3 in the tournament to get a hole-in-one on. And I have seen probably 2 or 3 people hit sand on this shot. So I don't know if that will carry over into the final rounds, but if it does, we're going to take a very safe approach to this hole. And you're going to see we're going to line our shot up in front of the bunkers. We're going to play this with 2 bars of side spin to the left. We're going to play it with, you know, probably like half a bar or, you know, 0.8 bars of top spin. 30% elevation. And you're going to use maximum distance sniper numbers for your shot. Put your ball guideline through the pin. And I hate how like this stuff happens with these damn trees and rocks getting in your way from your pool. But anyways, you know, I hit a great left, no big deal. I've hit perfect on this hole. You know, I'm not really like in any zone of a hole-in-one yet, but you know, that's a really good safe birdie play. You know, we've already got you a hole number 1. You know, the extra eagle, hole number 2. If you really take my notes seriously there and you watch that and you write down your own notes, you'll be able to dial that one in for a hole-in-one. Hole number 3 is a very safe eagle. We're going to see people birdie it. Hole number 4, we're just going for the birdie right now. If I find a better shot for a hole-in-one, I'll update it like I always do. Okay. All right, guys. Let's talk about hole number 5. So hole number 5, this one we need the eagle. And I don't think you're going to see a lot of people eagle it for a couple different reasons. They're going to take this shot that I'm going to show you right now, and they're going to mess it up. And I might mess it up too. But luckily, I haven't messed it up too bad yet. But people are going to try to drive green. And with that comes a lot of dangerous zones on this hole. You have sand, you have a lot of rough, and you have these trees. But if you can get this shot down, and I've got it down now, you're going to have a significant advantage over the field here because people are going to pick up a lot of birdies on this one. So let's talk about it. 6 bars of top spin, 2 bars of right side spin. If you're using apox, that's fine, but you don't want to go over that top spin. If you're using an extra mile 9, that's fine too, but don't use more than 6 bars of top spin because you can shoot this one past the hole, and I've done it. So 6 bars is really good. You're going to line up your shot like right here where I am. So you want to line it up as close to the left side of this tree as possible. But obviously you still want a fully developed ball guideline. but line it up to the left of the tree, just like this. No elevation. Pull your rings like normal, but then you gotta push back up to max, just like that. From here, we're gonna be using a little bit of overpower with, more than a full bar of right curl. Now, here's the thing is, don't hit great left. If you're gonna hit a great shot, it better be great right. Great left is going to put you into the rough. You'll see I was okay with a great right there. We drove to green, very close to a hole-in-one on a par 4. So let's watch that one again in full motion without stopping. 2 right, 6 top, which is full tops with an extra mile 8. You're going to put your target here right to the left of the tree. I've tried to go in between the trees. It's a disaster. Don't try. In between the trees sucks. No elevation. Push to max. Really pay attention here to my overpower and my curl. So, you could probably take a screenshot of that right there if you have an extra mile 8. Like, that's what your curl should look like. As you saw, it was perfect distance and perfect speed with the spin adjustment. So that's what your curl should look like. So, if you're looking for like a landmark, look at my ball, look at the Berserker, and look how the edge of my ball is touching the edge of that little target area. So you see how like the Berserker is black, gray, pink, gray, black. So like if you take a look at the left-hand side where the ball is black and then it turns to gray, well, that target is touching it. That's how specific I get on shots. So now I know, next time I play this hole, I'm going 6 top, 2 right. I'm putting my ball guideline to the left of the tree. I'm pulling no elevation, pushing up to max, and then I'm replicating this right here. The gray part of my ball is being touched by that bottom part of the target. Boom. And then I hit my shot. Hopefully I hit great right or perfect, and hopefully I don't hit great left. And this ball's coming in super nice. We almost clipped the rough, but that's because it's great right with a perfect ball. We have no fear of doing that, and that's easy. Hole number 6. So this is what I don't like. I've tried this shot a lot of different ways, but let me tell you a couple things. Let me back this thing up. I got myself all screwed up here now. Let me go back to hole number 6. Okay, this is hole number 6. Just play it this way. I don't want to spend too much time telling you the downfalls of going left on this hole. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to play this hole with this exact same spin adjustment that you're seeing me doing right here. The spin adjustment is golden. Berserker. I hate using these balls, but you really need to in this tournament if you want to play safe without having to use a lot of overpower. So if you got Berserkers, use them. But anyways, I'm going 4 backspin, 2 right spin. I'm playing this one 20% elevation. And you see me stretching my target here. I'm just trying to make sure that with a shot that my ball guideline is on the green. So I pulled 20%. I don't push back up to max, but you can see I'm using full right curl and overpower, which is fine because the needle speed is good. But I clip the rough and I land on the fairway. That's not a big deal. This is going to work every time, and you'll see the second shot. What I'm going to do from here on out, though, moving forward, is I'm going to play it still 20%, but I'm going to play it 1 ring less than what the adjustment says. So if it says to pull 4.6 rings, I'm going to pull 3.6 rings. And that'll get us our distance back to where I don't clip the rough, and the ball will be really nicely on the middle of the fairway. That will work. I did it earlier today. I just forgot to save the damn replay. and it was on my main account where I played too many tour games and it's not there anymore to go back. So you can play that shot, just play it -1 ring, and you're good to go with the same type of drive, okay? But this is the replay from where I clipped the rough, and you'll see here that with the Power 5 ball, we have plenty of distance for a shot to the pin. You know, from here, you can dial it in on your own, depending on what kind of ball you're going to use, you know, what level sniper you have. But this is where I started. I started short of the pin, because we have tailwind and we have a Power 5 ball. I used a normal shot. I didn't mess around with any elevation. Although going forward, because I might use 10% and just see what that does. But you're going to see that's a very safe eagle, everybody. Very safe eagle. I've seen many people birdie this hole too. And I'm sorry that I'm spending more time than I normally do on the videos. You know, this is just a new course, and I see it eating people up. And I've got a really good path to help you, you know, chase down a big score. Hole number 7. So hole number 7, you can play 2 different ways. So let's pause it here. If you wanted to use a Kingmaker, I'm sorry, I would use a Titan, because we don't want to reduce the wind. You can use a Titan, and you can easily play on the top of that fairway there. That's what I'm going to be doing moving forward, but I'm going to show you how to play it here with the Katana. And either way, just so you know, it's a easy shot to pin. But here I'm going to go 4.5 top and full right spin. If you're going to play this way, I would suggest just going full top spin. Full top spin, full left spin, or full right spin. I'm playing this one 20% as well in the drive, so there's a lot of 20% drives. Half a ball of right curl, and I'm using just a little bit of overpower. I'm going to tell you, if you're playing a shot, don't use any overpower at all, because look how close I came to clipping that rough. And because of that, moving forward, that's why I'm going to play with a Titan on the top part of the fairway. But either way, you know, this is a really good chance for an eagle. I just have to get it dialed in because I played this shot 3 times. Unfortunately, I've only hit it perfect twice, but both times that I hit it perfect, I missed to the right-hand side of the cup, even though I'm lined up dead center. So moving forward now, I'm going to offset this shot to the left-hand side of the cup and see what happens. So in the next round, you know, if I get a consistent eagle on this hole, again, I'll do another video. I'll update it. So that's important. If you just hit subscribe and turn the notifications on, you'll get those updates. But you'll see, man, I burned the right edge of the cup there. And so the first shot that I took, I missed like a full green square to the left of the pin. So I was like, oh man, that's crazy. And then I moved that target over a little bit, and you know, we're getting closer. Okay, hole number 8. So this is a really weird hole. I hate this hole. And I'll tell you what I did to get the hole-in-one, which you're going to see here in a second. But let me tell you everything I did wrong before I tell you that I did right. I tried playing this shot from high up on the fairway with using backspin, and the damn ball 2 times on me rolled off the green into that sand. So I said, okay, screw that. I tried playing a little further back with different spin adjustments, and it was no good. Then I had a buddy text me and say, hey, hole number 8, try to play it with no spin and move your target back, which is what I did. So thank you for that. So hole 8, we're going to just move our target back, okay? We're going to play at 30% elevation. And all we're going to do is pull our target back, but we're going to make sure our ball guideline is going through the hole. You know, my buddy said he was close to the hole-in-one, but he hit a great shot. So, you know, he wasn't sure if a perfect was going to work or not, but he said the speed was good. And which it is. So you'll see here, Kingmaker 30% elevation. I'm using mid distance of my sniper, so that's very important. Use mid distant numbers and we're going to be good to go. And we got a hole in one, so you know that's freaking awesome, and that's probably going to be the easiest hole in one in this tournament. So look how high it starts us up at, and look how we move our target down. So we move our target down and we wiggle around until we find a good consistent ball guideline with the ball going through the pin. Didn't use any spin at all and pulled 30%, and you saw the hole in one. We don't got to spend any more time on it. Okay, guys, the last one here. And I had a really good freaking albatross on this shot where I rolled around the cup, but again, on my other account, and I forgot to save the damn replay. But no problem. 4 bars of top spin, full left spin with the quarterback. Pull your adjustment down until this is what it looks like with your ball guideline. Medium distance, all right? Medium distance, 10%, no overpower, but full left curl. I even hit a great right shot, and you'll see how safe of a play this is with a quarterback. Everybody play it like this. It's a golden shot. It works every time. It's super smooth. Shot number 2, you know, I was still trying to dial in an albatross opportunity because I do believe this hole gives us a good opportunity for an albatross with a rough bump. You know, you see I miss it pretty freaking bad right here, but I did find a really good line on it by using right spin. I was trying to use left spin on this approach to find a good line, but I didn't find a line here. And you see me moving around, and it got kind of glitchy on me. So I got really pressed for time and just had to take a shot. But from the original starting position, if you use right spin and a little bit of top spin, you actually find a really good line to the hole. And you don't have to use any of elevation on shot number 2. So again, if I end up dropping the albatross on this shot, on this hole, I'll make an update to the video. But you'll see the ball comes in super smooth with speed, no problems. Again, this is a really bad shot, but I freaking rolled the cup on a different account earlier today by using right spin instead of left spin. So there's the video, guys. Minus 15 on this account, minus 14 on another account, and the worst I shot so far is a minus 13. And that's it. That's good to go. So please subscribe, please donate. It'd be much appreciated. You guys are all freaking awesome. Good luck.